In the spring of 2022, we fell in love with a small farm in the Castelo Branco region of central Portugal. Within a matter of weeks, I was visiting the farm for the very first time and signing the deeds. Despite the overgrown and neglected land and renovation required on the buildings, we could see the potential and beauty our perfect piece of Portugal held. Join us on our journey as we breathe life back into our farm and attempt to create a self-sufficient, off-grid haven for ourselves and our family to enjoy.
Hi, we're Mark and Jane.
And welcome to our perfect piece of Portugal. Do you know, isn't it just totally frustrating when you put time and effort into doing something and then it just goes to pot? So those 100 different seeds that I planted, all in the 2 seed trays, have taken flight. The wind last night and still today is just like ridiculous. I thought the roof was going to lift off. I actually felt like Dorothy out of The Wizard of Oz at one point. I thought I was just going to take off last night. So yeah, don't even know where the seed trays are. They've just took flight, and for all I know, they could be in next door's field. So I'm gutted. So I'm going to have to start all over again. Forget the seed trays. I'm going back to the bottles. Because at least then, if they haven't germinated by the time I go home, I can leave them. However, lesson learned after last time, I am going to remember to put some drainage holes in the bottom so they don't get waterlogged. So yeah, that's the best I can do. I'm definitely not leaving without putting any seeds to grow. So yeah, while it's still blowing an absolute gale out there this morning, it'll probably take me about an hour or so to get all these done. I'm just going to get that done, and hopefully it'll have calmed down by then and I can go and get some outdoor work. Because apart from the wind, it's a beautiful day outside. The sun's shining, skies are blue. Just windy. Okay, off we go again, planting seeds. It's still absolutely blowing a gale, but everything is now replanted in the bottles, and drainage holes have been remembered this time, so I'm expecting good things. Just going to do a little bit more work on the herb garden today, so I'm going to fill it with some more dirt, and then I think I'm going to put another layer of cardboard down and then add the compost on the top. I think I'm going to try and just direct sow a few seeds in here. I have got a few herby things in the bottles, but yeah, I think I'll just give some direct sowing a bit of a go. Excuse me. Right, so I'm just going to plant a few different things in here. I'm just going to try and direct seed and see what happens. I've got coriander, basil, parsley, dill, sage and chamomile. So I'm just going to put those in different positions and see what happens. And then hopefully when I've got some companion plants ready from the seedling bottles, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get... Yeah, so when some of the other plants are ready in the seedling bottles, I can dot them around like the calendula and stuff like that. So I'm just going to start off over here with the coriander and just make little patches really. Pop some seeds in and see how we go. I've chosen this kind of area here because it gets morning sun, which is generally not too fierce, and then when the sun moves around here in the afternoon, we've got this orange tree for shade, so I thought this would be quite a good area for that kind of herb bed. Right, so before I forget what I've put in, I better put my sticks in. So that was coriander, Right, okay, that's that done. So I've put some parsley down there at the back, some coriander and basil, some sage, some dill, and then at the front, just kind of in little lines, I've put some chamomile on that side and some more on that side. So I've still got plenty of space, but before I fill it, I just want to see how these get on. And like I said, I've got companion plants on the go, and I'd like to put some lavender in here as well. Oh, do you know what? Look at the state of that wall with all the rain. Mark actually painted all that in the summer, so that's a job that needs doing again. Anyway, with the guttering that's going up here, that really shouldn't be so bad in future. Just with all the water, it literally runs off that roof down the wall. So yeah, another reason for putting the little herb bed here is also because I just thought it'd be really nice. When you sat there, you just get the wafts of the lemon balm and the lavender and, you know, the corianders, because I know these have got quite a nice aroma. I actually feel like I'm butchering these trees. I mean, I've watched quite a lot of other people doing their olive trees, and what I do know is that you need like space between them, you know, like good airflow and lots of space for light to get in between them, and kind of anything that shoots up, that's what you need to be chopping. So I'm kind of just following that advice, really. I mean, there's some big branches, but and I am probably being quite harsh. I mean, I'm not being like totally harsh by cutting like whole massive branches off, but just kind of the ones that go up really, and ones that are looking a bit dead. They've obviously not been pruned for a long time, and there was very little on them last year. I mean, that could have been to do with like the weather as well, but yeah, I mean, looking at the one at the side of me here, there's so many branches that are just like going up, and I know that they definitely need to come off. And then you look at the tree and think, well, that's most of the tree. But yeah, time will tell. I think I'm doing the right thing. I'm making plenty of like daylight between them, and I'm cutting off like the suckers at the bottom. Yeah, and these kind of vertical branches, just to give the tree a bit more space really to kind of grow. I'd rather them be staying quite small and growing out, rather than like really tall and yeah, and growing up. And I think that's the right thing to do. Who knows? Maybe Joaquin will come and tell me off for the way I've pruned my olive trees. I got a telling off this morning. He met me on the road as I was doing like my rubbish walk, and taking my rubbish to the trash, I should say, not my rubbish walk, but and called at the supermarket and had a nice morning walk, and he met me on the way back and gave me a lift just a little way back. And yeah, I was showing him like, oh yeah, I've been cutting these olive trees and I've been cutting my vines, and he's like inspecting them, and he was like, what did you use? I was like, I mean, to be fair, the majority of the vines I have used like the proper, you know, the pincers, I don't know, whatever you call them. But I was actually only cutting the olive trees the other day, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to cut these vines at the top. And so I use like this deadly tool, and he just knew straight away. Yeah, so he told me off for that. But yeah, I think I'm doing the right thing. Anyway, I've got 1, 2, 3 pretty big ones to go, and then that's it. I need to get some indoor work done. The sun's gone now, so it's definitely time for going in. probably don't look any different. But I do feel like I've taken a lot out of that one. At least you can see daylight through, especially kind of like looking that way. I haven't touched the one here because that's serving a purpose at the moment, so as many branches as possible is fine. Obviously, like that's the outdoor shower, and I've just took a few from there. Again, I don't really want to do the wrong thing, but yeah, they needed something. So less is more. We can always give them a really heavy prune next year when we know a little bit more about what we're doing. So yeah, that's another job off the list. I've done what I can out there today. I'm not kidding you. The wind is just, it's something else. It's fierce today. What time are we on? 3 o'clock. I've done 4 hours out there. I've pruned the rest of the olives, sorry, the vines that I needed to do up at the top of the drive here. I've done 2 olive trees, 3 olive trees. What else have I done? Oh, I've just been down to retrieve the wildlife camera from the second spot that I've tried it in, and nothing again still. So third time lucky, I'll put it in another position and yeah, see what we get. But yeah, it's lovely. The skies are clear, it's beautiful, but that wind, it's fierce and it's bitter. So I'm done with outside work for today. I'm on target on my jobs list. I'm doing all right. Still got a lot to do, but I've got a couple of fine days coming up, so I'm sure I'll get through everything that I want to achieve. So I'm indoors. I've managed to get another one of these wooden shelves that I've got in the kitchen. So I'm going to put that together. Unfortunately, they didn't have the correct size that I wanted. So I've got a bigger one, a taller one, but I think that can work really well because I'm going to cut it down to match the rest in the kitchen, and kind of like the shelf that, or the part that's left over, will work really well in the bathroom to like put towels on and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping and thinking. So I'm going to put the full thing together, take a look at it and see what I can do. Yeah, that's an inside job for now. Right, so here it is. Here's the shelving unit. So you can see it's got 4 shelves on it. I only ideally wanted the one with 3, but it doesn't matter. That's the one that I did want. And like I said, the other part that I don't need in the kitchen will be perfectly usable in the bathroom. So I want it kind of that height, but I'm having it coming across here. So just to kind of shut off the kitchen and make it like a really clear space. And then my plan is to clad all the back of it. I've also got some oil for the wood, and I'll be giving all these pine furniture pieces a paint over with that. I'm hoping it'll turn out that colour. We'll see, because I think that colour matches well with the worktops. Right, I'm hoping that there's some instructions in there. They should be relatively simple to put together. The other things that I put together were that I brought from the UK, so I'm hoping it'll just be a case of looking at pictures. So yeah, that's easy enough. Look, screw the sides onto the shelves, flip it over, screw the other sides on, stand it up, and then screw the shelves in. Yeah, that's easy enough. Right, okay. What do I need? My drill, got that. Screwdriver. Yep, I think I've got everything. Awesome. Right. Right, so that's all assembled now. What I've done, I've decided how tall I want the kitchen one to be in order to match in with like the rest of the worktops and stuff. So I've got like my points here, and then the top half then will become shelving for the bathroom. So like I said, I'm going to put a worktop on the top of this one to make it a kitchen cupboard, well, kitchen shelving. And yeah, then I've got extra then to store towels and other bits and bobs for the bathroom. Right, okay, so I'm just going to get a saw and get it into 2 separate shelves. There we go. So all pieces now have been oiled with the wood oil. They've not quite turned out as dark as I'd have hoped. That one's a little bit darker. But yeah, the other ones are still quite light, but I don't know. I'll have to just live with it, I suppose. It's fine. As long as they've been treated and yeah, they're not just that raw pine that we had before. So that's another job done. Just waiting for them to dry now with the help of the heater, and then I can try and put everything back in the correct places. I'm relaxed.